to Voices of Vision with your host, Jane Asher. Jane is inspired daily by discovering the deepest passions in others. Each week, she will be digging deep to find what excites, motivates, and empowers individuals to explore new horizons, achieve their greatest dreams, and live up to their full potential. The time is now for Voices of Vision.
Very happy Monday to you. I am so happy to introduce my guest to you today. I met Nancy in 1990. We were both in the record industry. We were living in Chicago. I was working for Virgin Records. Nancy was working for Warner Brothers, and we actually worked at the WIA building in Chicago, and really liked her a lot. We had a lot of laughs and a lot of fun, and she taught me a lot about the industry. And here we are now in 2017, and I get to interview her on my show today, Voices of Vision. Nancy Montuori, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jane. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and I'm very excited to talk to you today, and congratulations on this new journey for you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's really a lot of fun. You know what's crazy, Nancy, is here we're, it's been years. I have not seen you. We've been friends, of course, through social media and all that. And I kind of watched your development with this new direction. And it's fascinating to me because we met in the music industry and you took like a hard left turn and went for something completely different several years ago. And it's brilliant and it's lovely and it's health conscious. And I'm just so excited that we get to expose what you're up to now. So Nancy, in 2011, you left your very successful career, which was in film. I mean, you're a writer, you're a producer, you were in the music industry for 23 years as a high-ranking official executive type. And now you're vegan, and that's what you're here to expose. I mean, how does that happen?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I had no idea that somehow I was going to be on this path of my life's purpose. And it all happened by accident. Like you said, in 2011, on May 1st, actually, on 2011, I was at a very low point in my life. And I went to see the documentary movie Forks Over Knives. And I had no idea what the movie was about. It was just a random choice. It was just a moment to get out of my head. But when I left that movie theater, I was convinced of the connection between food and chronic disease. And from that day on, I made the decision to never eat meat and dairy again.
That's crazy. So you just randomly go, you see a movie, you are so moved that you take this massive sidestep. I mean, you're a very successful woman and you were in, mover and shaker in the music industry and you've produced like award-winning films. So you leave this and how do you just like, okay, I'm going to launch this ordinary vegan. This is what I'm going to do.
Well, not exactly, but in a very short period after I went on this lifestyle of no meat and dairy, I was able to discontinue my statin medication for high cholesterol, and my energy level was sky high. And those were just like a couple of the immediate health benefits.
Wow.
But, after seeing Forks Over Knives, I just felt bamboozled. I thought I was eating a healthy diet. I really took care of my body.
Oh, yeah.
And I just left that theater, and I wanted to scream it from the rooftops. You don't have to be sick anymore. You just have to change what you eat. So I started my blog, Ordinary Vegan, to teach people about health and wellness and share delicious plant-based recipes.
Wow. And you know what? It's a beautiful site. I mean, I'm looking at it right now and the recipe, I'm like, oh, I have to go to the store today. It's roasted cauliflower with garlic, parsley, and red wine vinegar. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love roasted?
Delicious.
Oh, I'm a huge vegetable fan. I mean, I love it. I mean, my husband and I do a lot of plant-based. However, we're not vegan. So I'm super curious. How does someone, and you say like health benefits. Talk to me about this. Like what do you feel is happening with people? What about protein and all of that? I mean, I don't understand how it works.
Well,
Talk to me.
You're hitting on a lot of things, but of course, that protein is one of the first things that people always ask about. They always say, "Where do you get your protein?"
Right.
And it's simply untrue. You know, we've been we bought into something saying that telling us that the only way we can get protein is with red meat. And 1 cup of beans can provide anywhere from 15 to 30 grams of protein. Lentils, 1 cup of lentils is 18 grams of protein.
Right.
Seeds and nuts, 1 ounce of cashews has almost 5 grams of protein. You know, so it is so easy to get your protein. And another myth is that vegans only eat salads and vegetables. But a healthy plant-based diet consists of legumes like lentils and beans, grains like quinoa and brown rice, healthy fats like nuts and seeds, and of course, vegetables and fruit. You know, it is that simple. I think that it's just got lost in translation where people think it's going to be really difficult, but it's not difficult at all. And the health benefits, I mean, there's a zillion studies that show the connection between animal protein and cancer. Dr. T. Colin Campbell, who is in that movie Forks Over Knives, and one of the leading doctors and nutritionists, he actually, in his studies, he actually turned on and turned off cancer with animal protein.
Wow. Wow,
and,
that's crazy.
We all know that type 2 diabetes is a food-related disease, obesity, heart disease. You know, heart disease, if you have high cholesterol, there's your problem. And the only way you can get high cholesterol is eating, dairy. So meat and dairy. So it's, I mean, I think I just think there's so much confusing nutritional information out there, and I just think people get lost. And
well, and it's like anything, education is key. And
exactly.
And we fear what we don't know. And, when you're raised, eating meat and taters from the Midwest, that was my diet. And, that's what we're told. Well, you have to eat meat. You have to eat meat because that's what it is. But sometimes it just doesn't feel like, I know it's hard to digest. Like I don't, I know, I can tell with my body. So you kind of have to tune in and really know what's right for you. But what about these? I mean, there's so much information out there. There's what's that one diet that's like a caveman diet and it's all meat. It's crazy. And I'm thinking, well, how do they function?
Well, I mean, if you really break that down, I mean, it would be, it's detrimental to your health to eat a lot of fat and cholesterol. I mean, how anybody thinks that's going to help them is borderline ridiculous. Yeah. Sometimes, those kind of things are like for short-term weight loss or something like that. But in the long run, you're just ruining your health.
Right. What about so no butter, no eggs, no dairy at all. So
no dairy at all and no meat. And a lot of vegans don't even eat honey because it comes from an insect.
Sure.
But, it's about taking it one step at a time. You don't have to be the perfect vegan. You just have to do your best. And every day gets easier. And you have to find the strategy that works for you. Okay. I mean, if you feel that quitting all non-vegan food at once works for you, then you do it. And if you need time to adjust, to a vegan diet, just like you love vegetable dishes, so you can take it slowly and start eliminating non-vegan items from your diet. You make the changes you feel comfortable with at your own pace.
Right. How cool is this? I am really enjoying this so far. I mean, I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time. My guest today is Nancy Montuori. She's from ordinaryvegan.net. So if you're wondering what's going on, and when we come back after the break, we're going to talk to her about how someone, an ordinary person listening to this little podcast today, can kind of start taking those necessary steps to feeling better. Because I think really, Nancy, when you boil it down, it all comes to me, it's all about how do I feel? Gone are the days of wanting to be skinny or whatever, all of that crap. That doesn't matter. As a woman in my 50s, I just want to feel good. I want to wake up in the morning and be vibrant and feel good and, just get out of bed and greet the day. So it's really about our health choices and what works for our bodies. And if you're telling me that it's a health situation and that you have backed up the truck on many of your health issues, I want to hear more about that. So you have a course. It's called Healthy Eating and Living with Plants.com. So this is an online course that you're starting to teach?
Yes, it's an online course, and, you can just do it on your phone or your tablet or your laptop. And I created Healthy Eating and Living with Plants because I wanted to provide a program to make it easy for everyone to learn how to apply plant-based nutrition to their life so they could experience the same thing that I have experienced, which is now a healthy, compassionate lifestyle. And
I love that.
I just launched it maybe like a week ago, and it has modules on everything you need to know about plant-based nutrition. It also has vegan shopping lists you can download and big substitute charts, and it has a little nutritional cheat sheet that you can use every day to make sure that you're getting all the nutrition that you need.
That's fantastic.
And I'm very proud of it and very excited about it.
Very cool. My guest today is Nancy Montuori. She is ordinaryvegan.net and Healthy Eating and Living with Plants.com. We'll be back in just a moment. We're going to talk more about the online course that she has and also just some other questions that kind of keep running through my head because it has become a major issue. Obesity is out of control on this planet. And we really need to kind of rethink what we're putting in our mouths. So we'll be back in just a moment on Voices of Vision.
Voices of Vision with Jane Asher. We'll be right back on Empower Radio.
Hi there, it's Nancy Newcomer, host of the Back to the Kitchen Minute here on Empower Radio. And if you're ever in the San Francisco Bay Area, you can listen to me on 98.5 KFOX. About 3 years ago, I started using the Go Cleanse system. I lost some weight, started feeling really good, and here it is 3 years later. And guess what? I still have that Go Cleanse shake every single morning. I actually crave it. It's really good. Some awesome flavors. I really like to combine the chocolate and vanilla together. It's kind of my little concoction. Put a little cinnamon in it. But the best thing about it, besides how great it tastes, is that it's full of all the vitamins and nutrients and minerals I need. So I don't have to pop a bunch of extra supplements. It's something that I've incorporated into my daily life. It really makes me feel good. And if you want to check out the Go Cleanse system, I would highly recommend it. Pop over to their website at gocleanse.com. See what the program's all about. They can answer your questions there as well. gocleanse.com.
Welcome back to Empower Radio's Voices of Vision with your host, Jane Asher.
My guest today is Nancy Montuori. She is from ordinaryvegan.net. She also just launched brand spanking new. It's called Healthy Eating and Living with Plants.com. And it's a very comprehensive online course. She has all the information that you're going to need if you're thinking about that you may want to try this. Nancy, I loved what you said earlier about just take it one step at a time, because I think sometimes a big decision like changing how we view food and how we get our sustenance, I think it's overwhelming. And there's so much information out there, do this, don't do that, eat bacon, don't eat bacon, butter's good, butter's no good, eggs are good, eggs aren't good. Every day.
Complicated.
Right. It's complicated. And not to mention there's so much crap. There's so many horrible drugs on the market now because it's more beneficial to these drug companies to keep us unwell and to have us keep taking, pills instead of actually eating better and exercising and breathing and body, mind, spirit, taking care of ourselves. That's easy. That's the way it used to be in the olden days before all the crap started getting put into our food. So let's talk about, it's a plant-based diet, but there's a love of animals involved here, and there's the environment side of things.
Yes, there is. Before I became vegan, I never thought about the impact my diet had on the environment or animals. I mean, I knew I had a strong visceral reaction to animals being killed, but somehow I never translated that to my plate of food. Now, I believe if I'm buying an animal product, I'm participating in the killing of that animal. And in the United States alone, 10 billion animals a year are being killed to put food on our plate.
Wow.
And it has become such a big business that the majority of these animals are subjected to extreme discomfort and pain in the name of efficiency. And it's extremely sad, honestly. And as far as the environment goes, I love this quote from James Cameron, the director of Titanic, and he's an environmentalist, and he said, "You can't be an environmentalist and still eat meat, because raising animals for food requires massive amounts of land, food, energy, and water. And over 50% of all global greenhouse gas emissions are caused by animal agriculture. Not to mention the huge amount of pesticides that are used that are seeping into everything we eat. And that's called glyphosate, and it's from Roundup. And they're just drenching our food in Roundup. I mean, it's pretty scary,
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's just gone are the days of just poison is everywhere. I mean, it's in our water. It's coming out of the sky. It's in the ground. It's on our food. It's pretty remarkable what's been happening. And, I guess it really boils down to education. So if I'm listening to this and I don't want to scare people, I want to educate people. What would you recommend would be like the first step into, if I'm curious today and I'm listening, I'm like, I think I want to look into this. What would you recommend?
The first thing I would say is that I would recommend educating yourself. And that's one of the reasons why I created Healthy Eating and Living with Plants, because I wanted to be able to educate people about the connection between food and disease. And I think once people fully understand that connection and how they can use plant-based nutrition to improve their life and their health, that it will be so much easier to embark on the journey. And I also think that you have to really begin to love yourself enough to want to take care of your body. You really need to look in the mirror every day and just say, I love myself. I want to take care of myself. I want to have a lot of energy for my family, and I want to be healthy. And you just in that, and once you love yourself enough to take care of your body, I believe it will bleed into all aspects of your life. And that's one of the greatest things about a plant-based diet. It's just you're just putting out all this good karma into the world, and it comes right back at you.
That's beautiful. I love that. Very well said. My guest today is Nancy Montuori. She has ordinaryvegan.net. So if you're going, what are these ladies talking about? Go there and do some exploration and educate yourself. And she also just launched a brand new course. It's called Healthy Eating and Living withplants.com. And once again, Nancy, what can we expect from that online course? What's available if I sign up for the online course?
Well, there's 12 modules, and 10 of them are all, I teach you about plant-based protein and fats and carbs and everything you could possibly need to know about getting optimal health with a plant-based diet is provided for you. In addition to that, I also provide all the basics like plant-based shopping lists and vegan protein lists and a nutritional cheat sheet so you can check every day and make sure you're getting the proper nutrition. Mm-hmm. Because, you don't want to be an unhealthy vegan. You don't want to eat a lot of, processed vegan foods. You want to eat whole grains, legumes, healthy fats like nuts and seeds and avocado and vegetables and fruit. That's what you should eat. And there's also over 100 plant-based recipes to get you started.
Ah, I love it. Okay, I have 2 questions. If I'm vegan, may I have wine and may I have chocolate?
Absolutely. Dark chocolate is really good for you. So absolutely drink your wine, have your dark chocolate.
Okay,
no
good.
Problem there.
Okay, awesome. I think I might have to give it a whirl because, if I can have those 2 things in my life along with a lot of vegetables, I could be a very happy woman. So basically some real quick little benefits that I'm going to see immediately would be?
I think the first thing that I noticed was my energy.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I'll eat, and I provide all these recipes on my site, but I'll eat like some cannellini beans and greens and tossed with some hemp seeds in the morning, and I want to run a marathon. I mean,
right. Awesome.
That would be the immediate health benefits. You also sleep better, and you definitely see an improvement in your skin. I mean, I've never had better skin.
Oh, I love that. You do look good, I have to say. I mean,
thank you,
from knowing you back in the day in the 90s to what you look like. No, seriously, you look like a different human being. I mean, you've kind of reversed the aging truck. I've noticed over the last couple of years, I'm like, what is she doing? So now, no, seriously, the secret is out of the bag. Literally, you look fantastic. So obviously, you are walking your talk, and it is really having a remarkable effect on you personally. So good for you. I like that. So energy, sleep better, and skin.
Yes, immediate. Those are the immediate health benefits. And of course, if you suffer from high cholesterol or high blood pressure, you're going to see an immediate benefit. Your cholesterol is going to go down. And, I stopped taking cholesterol medication after like 20 years of taking it.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
That is crazy. You took cholesterol medication for 20 years and wow.
I no longer take it. Just like that.
Unbelievable. Wow, that is crazy. Well, that in itself is just a massive success story. I mean, come on.
It is, and everybody can experience this. I promise. I absolutely 100% promise. It might not be easy at first because, it's a big lifestyle change, but you can do it. Anyone out there can do it.
Yeah. What about going out to eat, going to restaurants? Have you found that there are a lot of choices?
I find that for me, I don't rely on the kitchen at some restaurant that doesn't really know anything about vegan food.
Right.
I don't rely on them. I just look at the sides, and I'll get like a side of greens and a side of, grains and a side of vegetables, and I make my own little vegan power plate.
Okay. Well, that makes why not? I mean, come on, because you don't want to stop living. You don't want to stop going out to dinner with friends.
Oh,
because,
no, and we go to a lot of Mediterranean and Mexican restaurants, which, are so easy to eat plant-based at those restaurants.
Right. Okay.
Not to mention how many vegan restaurants are popping up all over the country, all over the world.
Right. Well, this has been just an absolute delight for me. My dear old friend Nancy, I shouldn't say old, my dear Reversing the Aging Process friend, Nancy Montuori from ordinaryvegan.net is her website. It's really a cool website. And you can find Ordinary Vegan everywhere. I mean, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Go online and look at healthyeatingandlivingwithplants.com. If you want more education about her online course, by all means, sign up and go for it. Nancy, I'm thrilled. I'm so happy to have had you on the show today. If just in quickly in closing, anything else you want to leave us with, a little nugget here in the wrapping up the show?
No, I just would really like to say thank you, and thank you for, providing an inspirational show that, people, it's so nice to put out positive energy in this world. And, that's like one of the benefits of a plant-based diet and one of the benefits of a show like yours, You're just, it's a positive, peaceful, kind, and inspiring thing to do. So thank you so much, Jane.
You are so welcome. And you did. I'm going to use that as my tagline. That's exactly why I'm doing this show. It was a work in progress for years, and I kept saying I didn't have time. And then all of a sudden it was like, I have to do this show. So it's just been super empowering, and people are finding it right and left, and topics are coming to me with absolutely zero effort. So my pleasure. Thank you again. It's Nancy Montuori from ordinaryvegan.net. Also, healthyeatingandlivingwithplants.com. Educate yourself. That is the number one thing to taking better care of yourself to begin with. Thank you so much for tuning in. Nancy, thank you again.
Inspired? Motivated? We hope so. Join Jane next week as she connects with another motivated soul, driven to live their life's purpose, on Voices of Vision, here on Empower Radio.